So this is interesting. We just had a chug, and I was doing a sound check. Well, it's going to merchant immediately. That's peculiar. Well, whatever. You can see that we're starting to hear something over in this direction. And that merges in with our hydrophone, or our propeller noise. So it's actually a separate contact, and it's almost exactly in my blind spot, or my deaf spot, I guess. So we're gonna go check it out. We're not in our grid just yet. So I don't know what's going to happen with all this, but we're gonna head that way. And actually, I'll go on the surface just so that we can execute our turn more promptly. And then we'll press on for a little bit, and now we're going to dive again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And take a listen. It should be in the front quarter this time. There we go. They're audible, but they're very faint. So, they're to the northeast now, though. So let's do that. Go on the surface. Track these suckers down. And we'll do another dive right now.
Yes, sir.
If they're moving quick, I've kind of lost my chance here.
Current depth 10.
I think they're outrunning me. So, because they're not as loud.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to try to chase him and try to get a look at him so that we can share in their majestic beauty before we kill them utterly. Wow. Speaking of majestic beauty, wow! Good God. Well, I done goofed. I screwed the pooch. I can't hear him. I think we lost him. So we're gonna just amble on into our grid here. I've changed our course already because I'm just so upset with myself. I'm gonna put us on the surface, and maybe we'll run into him, but for the time being, I'm just beside myself with rage. Grrr, I'm really mad. Rawr. That's my angry voice. Grrr, rah. Okay, we are getting orders now. We're supposed to stick around for 72 hours in the Karamata Strait, and we're gonna, make reports and all that good stuff. So, we'll see. We'll see what kind of mischief we can stir up, what kind of friends we can make, what kind of unnecessary depth soundings we can make, and, see if we can be the big man on campus. We collectively. I'm gonna go into this area, just because I don't want to leave any stone unturned. This is massively scientific method here. I could do something more like that that's a little bit more regimented, but you guys know me. I just don't operate that way. So, anywho, we're in our patrol area. We're gonna poke around and waste some time. And we're done. Nothing happened. Conditions kind of ran the gamut here. Right now we have some very, very smooth water, which is actually generally how it's been, but we had some rain and wind and snow and sleet and hail and some diarrhea storms and stuff. Poop joke. Okay. Anyways, we're going to Baween Island. I should bring up the message again. Baween. It's like Korean, except if a cute little baby said it. So let's make a course over there, which is probably where we should have been in the first place, but I digress. We're supposed to stay within 100 nautical miles of the center point. So let's, again, I forgot the conversion already. 1.85? Wow. Look at that precision. Just fucking close enough. Alright. So we're gonna go to Baween. Baween. And we're gonna patrol around and see if we can run into some Japanese shipping and sink them, if practicable. Excellent. Onward! We have reached our grid, and I had us running underwater at a head standard for a while because I was looking at my laptop to see what kind of historic things are going on, and one of them is really obvious, and I actually somehow missed it. It looks like we didn't get a message regarding it, which is kind of annoying, but regardless, you can see that our old home port of Surabaya doesn't have a little anchor by it. So that means that Surabaya isn't exactly, you know, a place we can dock and stuff. That's kind of a big deal. So our new home port is denoted by this type of anchor. You can see that the other ports have normal, boring anchors, but Fremantle down here has a jaunty blue anchor, and that's where we're going to be based out of from here on out. Lucky us. We get to enjoy the cosmopolitan town of Perth for a while. But, yeah, so basically the Dutch are getting swept out of Java. It's not going too well. Other things that have happened in the area on the 1st of March. I'm not reading this directly off the laptop, but I do admit I do refer to Wikipedia, so sue me. But as a former history major, I do feel obliged to mention my source. And Wikipedia told me directly in a meeting about the CV-1, which was the registry number for the first U.S. carrier ever built, which was called the Langley. And the Langley was actually sunk in the Java Sea, I believe, by the Japanese. And it had since been converted into a seaplane tender, so they did kind of exact revenge on us for the Chitose or whatever it was that I sunk. But kind of a tough blow for the Americans right out the gate. And now, as you can see, Surabaya is occupied. That was a result of the Second Battle of Java, the Second Battle of the Java Sea. There have been several naval maneuvers in this area. We probably shouldn't even have been up here to begin with, but the game, you know, just likes to send me where the action isn't. So there you go. I don't know if anything's going to happen here. I do like to keep tabs on the historic situation because it lets me kind of, well, I guess it's kind of cheating. I have the benefit of hindsight to determine whether or not I'm going to be in an area that's going to be jam-packed with all kinds of horrible planes and stuff. But, you know, I want to keep things interesting for you guys as well, so I like to know if interesting things are going to happen. I don't know if anything interesting is going to happen here, but I'm going to fulfill my obligations to command and patrol with due diligence and hopefully find some stuff to put some torpedoes in. You can see my batteries just now recharging to 75% because I was, if you will, asleep at the helm. So there you go. We're going to hang out here, find some stuff, sink some stuff hopefully, and from here, who knows? Maybe we will go directly into the jaws of the enemy. Probably not. We're probably going to hang out here and then scuttle along to Fremantle. But maybe some interesting things will happen. I can't make any promises. Just coming up from a sound check, and we heard nothing. But I wanted to quickly correct. The Langley was sunk on the 27th of February, so a few days ago. Game time, about 6 days ago. So, again, that's the history major in me, you know, tapping on the inside of my skull saying, I'm still alive and I still care. So, that's that. Again, nothing heard on that last sound check, so we're going to continue on and keep listening. Alright, you guys. It seems that the game's ugly drinking problem has once again reared its head. So I'm diving because it's chugged. That was the joke. You see, chugging, drinking. Never mind. just gonna give us a little bit of time to get under. It's our own noise there. Speed things up. Jeez, what am I doing? Okay. It's time to spin this doohickey around. Ah, there we go. Some very, very faint noises off to, let's say, 300. Because this is... oh boy, I'm not going to make that joke. Never mind. This is nothing. That's what this is. 300 to 285. I evened out our course a little bit, just to make drawing the lines a little bit easier. So 300 to 285, that'll be roughly... yeah. 285 is 75 degrees, so let's mark... actually, you know what? Let's move this, because I'm sick of not being able to see what the scale is on the map. So let's remedy that right away. 75 and 60 be our lines. 75. Just looking at the scale there. Yeah, let's do that. 20 kilometers is usually the range. That's not right. And 60. 60, thank you. Okay, so that'll give us a quick idea of where they are. I just sped it up a little bit to take another reading now. It's been 10 minutes since that last mark. And we'll say 285 again. But I think... will we say 285 again? I do believe we will. And 300 again. So that's not terribly helpful, but let's see if we can get some idea of where they are. Let's just see how the lines look and we'll go from there. 75. Now I don't know if they're going exactly... let's just draw it the same length as this one, just to get an idea of how it looks. It's roughly the same. And then 60 again. Well, that would seem to imply that they're heading east-southeast, but let's take another reading, because I'm not too sure about all this. About all this business. Okay, let's cool out there. Now, here's the thing. They're getting noticeably louder. And that's definitely something directly at 285. To 305. So let's mark that. As a family. Don't make me turn this sub around. 285, so that would be 75 again, right? But then 305 was the significant difference. Which would be 55. I think that they're heading south-southeast, and I'm just not doing a very good job of marking these lines in. They could be heading this way, though. They're heading southeast. I don't know if they're heading south-southeast or east-southeast or due southeast. So, let's take one more reading. I know that this is kind of painstaking. Oh, dear. Don't do that, though. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. Oh, snap. Okay, so 275. Oh, yeah, they're getting really close then. So, let's actually see if I can see them.
Yes, sir. New depth.
I'm gonna bring us up because the waves were a little bit choppity-woppity. So, again, it's a technical naval term I would not expect you guys to understand. Up. Up! Up, periscope! I'm looking for smoke, but I'm... Ooh, just ever so slightly seeing smoke right there. Drifting off this way. Yeah, there's something over there. Just the very, very faintest smoke sign. So, smoke signal, if you will. So, let's go on the surface then.
Yes, sir.
Surface.
And that was roughly on that bearing. So let's go on the surface, and I'm going to head due east still. But I think I'm going to up the speed. I'm also going to turn off recharge mode once it comes on.
Standard propulsion.
And I'm going to put us at a head flank. Bam. Okay, let's go to the bridge. Just going to check again to see what that bearing was. I can see it again. Oh, I'm not seeing it again. So, there we go. We'll say that that's 296. So let's draw a line. That's a definite contact, so we don't need to muck around with the range here. And just as a reminder, I guess, oh, we can bring that in a little bit because if we can see smoke, they're closer than these lines, because this was just based on being able to hear them. You can hear quite a bit further than you can see in this game. So I think south-southeast might be a little bit more reasonable. Just a hunch. We're going to keep going. We're going to do this together. Because, you know, for old time's sake. Using the TBT. No reason. Smoke, smoke, smoke. Lots of smoke. Okay, that's good. So that's a task force. I had a feeling, or a convoy, I guess it could also be. I had a feeling, though, there was multiple ships given the wide range of contacts, though. I'm not actually seeing any ships yet, so we're going to keep going east. Because I think that if they are heading south-southeast, we're going to be in a good position, possibly, to take a shot at them. Oh boy, there we go. We've got some definite shipping there. That's a light cruiser. So, let's see what else is with him. Smoke. He's surrounded by a cloud of smoke. You should really cut back. Wow. And that's all I see. I think that those are possibly just going to be destroyers or minesweepers or other things that I don't like. Because it seems that the game is kind of fond of spawning groups of light cruisers escorted by little tiny ships. So I can see kind of a dot right there. That's probably some kind of destroyer there that's trying to escort his buddy here. So let's see. We've got him at 290, and I'm assuming he's going to be about... well, what will we say? That's a terrible line I drew there. At 290, so let's see. It's 70 degrees. He's in visual range, so he's going to be...
Ship spotted.
Hello.
294. Long range.
Is that him at 294? I don't think so. Who are you seeing at 294? You people are ridiculous. Oh, speaking of ridiculous, don't do that. Alright. Now that that's taken care of, ahem. That must be a destroyer that they've sighted, but it's amazing to me that they would say, oh, we've sighted a destroyer over here. And you can kind of see it now, but I guess it is technically probably going to be a little bit closer than this cruiser. Just because the cruiser is so much taller. Appears on the horizon more quickly. I think I'm going to identify him. As if you guys needed an explanation of what was going on here. But it's definitely a light cruiser because, as we've seen before, they have a very distinctive look. And I think I might have already found him, but let's just make sure that there's nothing else. And there is something else. That's right, we have two different types of light cruisers that have 3 funnels. So let's see. Just gonna take a quick look. What? Are they in any way distinct from each other? I'm looking at guns, and I'm looking at the seaplanes and masts. The funnels are identical. I think these are freaking identical. What's the difference? Why have 2 entries? I don't understand. There's a destroyer there. He's turning in. He's probably like a lead escort, though, so that's why he's doing that. Very perplexing. So there's a Kuma and then a Tenryu, and based on my watching of Street Fighter the cartoon, I know that Tenryu means 10 dragons. I don't think there's any difference here, you guys. They have different tonnages. I wonder if there's anything else that's different. Different speeds. Ah, but that... Okay, that makes me... Yeah, it doesn't matter how we identify this. And I will give a shiny penny to the person who... Well, I won't really. I would never bestow upon you such a generous gift, but any of you can tell why. It doesn't matter. Pat yourself on the back and clench your butt cheeks together or something. I don't know. Because the reason it doesn't matter is that the height is actually the same. The height is really the most important thing in terms of identifying the ship, because that's how you find out how far away the target is. That's also how, from there, you determine how quickly they're moving. Fun fact. So we are going to go ahead and identify this as a Kuma because it has more tonnage, I guess. It doesn't really affect anything, but the draft is also slightly different, but that's not going to play into this because we're not going to use a magnetic torpedo. So there you go.
Ship spotted. Ship spotted.
Whoa, okay.
291. Long range.
It's definitely a destroyer. I'm not, as you guys know, too keen on attacking destroyers. Just because they're too nimble and they're too small of targets, and it's just not worth it. Although, actually, I don't know. Let's quickly see if there's any Japanese destroyers that are worth it, and so far I'm not seeing too many. The Kagero class would be nice, but I'm not interested in getting close enough to really identify any of these, so... There's a mommy destroyer.
Mommy? Mommy? Are you my mommy?
Alright, well, we'll just keep moving here. Stop with the silly voices. There's the contacts on the map. It's a little bit inaccurate with my line there, but that's okay. And I think south-southeast was pretty much right. But I would keep moving anyways here. But I want to get a little closer. Okay. So this is the one at 276 on my map. And he's getting good and close. And I think he's going to cross our path here in a little bit. So, with that in mind, I'm going to put us under. Whee! And I hope the fact that those 3 little squares... Why am I going ahead flank? Oh, because I told us to. Moron. Alright. Let's run silent. And those guys seem to be making a break for me. That's not good. So, we're gonna closely monitor this situation here. That sound right there, friends, is an angry destroyer. He's beating the drum of our impending doom. He's really getting close, too. Let's put the scope up. I kind of think we should go up a little bit, but I also think that that's a bit dangerous under the circumstances. So I'm going to try to just kind of peek a little. Got smoke all over the place. That means that they are probably heading my way. Nope, that's our target, so... yeah, that's a destroyer inbound. What about this? There's another one there. Not really going towards us, though. Oh, hi. Hello! You look marvelous! And there's another one. So the Kuma is right there. Now, he looks different. Let's take another quick peek. If we can, through the waves. He almost looks like he's turning, which is distressing. Oh, goodness. You guys
Yes,
Heading
sir.
for me.
Now, it might seem risky to order an all-stop here, but I genuinely don't think they're going to see us. But I'm kind of concerned now because that ship looked like he was turning. I'm not hearing any pinging either, so they're probably just sniffing around a little.
Bearing 270.
Still no pings. Let's put the scope up. We are still moving through the water because of our momentum, so that's partly why I'm just ordering an all stop. If I really wanted to stop, I would back us up. There's something over there that's quite close. Is there anything behind us? Oh, yes, there are ships behind us. So they're going to my last known position. That means we were sighted, but they're, again, not putting up much of a search if they're not pinging. They may not be able to under the conditions. With that said, that ship right there has turned. And it's an open question as to whether or not he's just turning or zigzagging or what. So this could have gotten a little bit messed up here.
Yes, sir.
Damn it. I knew that was going to happen. I can hear the sirens of the other ships. It's just a little bit undesirable. But I want to get another look at the Kuma or whatever. He's zigzagging. So that's not all bad. We're going to back up.
Yes, sir.
Just because I don't want us to move any further forward. Because as you can see, he's at 270. So he could go right over the top of us. I'm also going to point us a little bit more northerly. So I'm turning us right. So we're backing up. And have we lost his ID? Have we done the same thing that I tend to do at bars? Yeah, we've lost the identification on him. Let's bring it back. Bring it back around town to Kuma Town. Now, here's the problem with this. He's zigzagging. You guys know that I don't like it when they do that.
Yes, sir. New depth 1.
So I'm going to get up a little bit so I can at least range him out. And I'm going to give him a good, generous window to speed him out. And I'm going to also say, not that he's heading this way. I'm going to say that he's heading more like this. Oh, fuck. Okay, so... Actually, you know what? Let's be men about this. Let's see where that's happening. Very nearby. But there's not on target, so I don't really care. I'm going to have to suffer through their annoying depth charging here.
Contact. Warship. Closing. Bearing.
We had a little bit of a slowdown there because of the warships in the area. And we're going to stop turning.
Bearing. 2, 1, 1. Medium range.
Okay. Go back and put the scope up. That should be, yeah. That is him there. And as I said, we gave him a good long while. Now the question is, which direction should I put in? Maybe we'll just slightly even it out like that. 4 knots. Well, that's relative motion. That's... Let's look at the map, because if he's going like this, he may be moving at about 7 or 8 knots as he's doing this, but he's also, you know, wasting velocity, I guess. What would be the way to put it? His horizontal speed is still going to be over time something like 4 knots. So that's actually not a terribly bad reading. I might up it to 5 when I'm getting ready to take my shot. But oh man, he's going to be really close. So, oh, do I still have my scope up? Let's fix that.
Bearing. 2, 8, 8. Long range.
Okay. So there he is. And he's looking... Damn, you looking fine, girl. Now, I didn't have the position keeper on because obviously I didn't have time to observe him. We're going to even him out a little bit. We're not... Now, he's really probably more right here, but I don't think that this is... He's at the apex of a turn, so he's going to turn towards us here in a minute. The apex of the turn? Is that really where he is? Well, he's turning. Regardless. And I think I might actually take my shots here. I'm going to fire 2 at him. One of the torpedoes will be sent to him at 4 knots. Oh, and I need to have the position keeper on now. Bleh. Oh goodness. Well, let's go ahead and give this a try.
Firing 2, 2.
And let's increase the speed. Well, no, he's turning towards us now. So, ooh, let's go ahead and give it 5, just in case that our 4 knot one is a little slow.
1.
And let's get under because there are
Yes, sir.
angry destroyers in the area.
Ahead 1/3.
Torpedo in a 1.
All right, now
Dive.
these actually. This one looks a little slow, like I was thinking, but we'll see. It could still hit. This one is looking much better, but again, we'll have to just wait and see. He is just really moving slow. There's just no other way to put it. Now, he might have sighted that torpedo,
0.
because he's appears to be turning and speeding up. And we're going to definitely miss here, folks.
0.
Wow. Whoosh! That was a terrible shot. Let's look again at our torpedoes here if we can find them. Yeah, that's the second one, I think, actually, yeah. It's not even going to hit that destroyer off in the distance.
Short range.
Unless he slows down for no
Current depth,
reason.
40. Torpedo missed,
Yeah.
sir.
Wow. He straightened out, I think, and possibly increased speed. But as I was saying, he is probably moving more like 7 or 8 knots in a straight, you know, as his
Torpedo missed,
true speed would read, but he's also turning a bunch. So it just happened that he wasn't turning as I was making my shot. Oh, goodness.
Passing thermal layer.
Oh, well, we're safe now. Well, that wasn't a very well done attack. I'll be the first to admit it, but we're alive and we're also safe. We didn't draw too much attention to ourselves. I'm not sure that we'll really be able to get into another position to attack these guys. Probably will, actually. Oh, man, we have very few torpedoes left, and I haven't really done a whole lot with them. Damn. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll try to make another attack. We're going to head south. Or will we head south? Let's head southwest and get some distance between them and us.
50.
And we will try another attack sometime soon. We might be pretty close to the bottom. And at the risk of being detected, although again, I don't think that the game... I got really lucky there. The enemy should hear that ping, but I don't think the game actually will have it do that. So we're going to crawl along the bottom, and I'm going to bring us up a little bit.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to try to make another attack here in a little bit. With lessons learned.